Okay, let's just start with a few stretchy. Ten minutes or so. Okay, so let's just do 2 or 3 of these just to re-erect the spine. And one more. So just feel the spine. So from the base of the spine, there's like a slow ripple up the spine. Each vertebra is tipping back slightly. So it's like an exercise for the thymus as much as anything. Okay, so let's just get the stick and just, so we just want to just work on the midriff. So it just needs endless work, really. So the legs need to be strong, 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 but so does the midriff. So just behind the head, on the back of the neck, and just with your hands just looped over it, so you're not actually having to hold on. Your arms are just draped over it, as far out as you can get them. Ideally, you'd like a stick that's a bit longer than a broom handle. Okay, now just turning. So start off small and just build it up. So we just want to push it right into those edges, you know, where the limit. So pushing into the limit, stretching the limit, and making it elastic. So I go into it. I want the feeling that if I just then release, it bounces me back. And just be careful. And so we repeat and repeat until we just get drawn into the heart of the exercise, into the center. So it's centripetal. So to start with, we'll feel the sort of the centrifugal force of the turning, but as we settle into it, we get drawn into its center and we sort of almost lose the room. You're just drawn into this turning body. Just let the head turn just a bit more. So you're sort of looking over that side of the stick. Ooh. Okay. And now just tipping. So just tip until you feel the stretch here, and then just contract those muscles to pull yourself up. Yeah, so you have to just really keep the midriff, you know, the belly, the lower back, and the sides tight. Yeah, so as much as anything, we're just trying to sort of just locate the correct sort of tension that that area needs to be under. For it to protect you and for it to be the engine, if you like, the engine of our movements. So if you keep it under tension, then you can push it. If you're careless, then it'll hurt. Okay, and now just tipping forwards and back. So just feel the lower back supporting as you tip forwards. And then feel the belly supporting as you tip back. So really tighten the belly here. So what they've found is that most lower back problems come from the belly not being strong enough to support it. So we just really need to strengthen the belly muscles. Okay. And now just bringing okay, so let's just try a little bit of upright rowing. So just pulling the elbows right up and just touching the chin with the stick and just arching back as you do it. So pulling up. Okay, and then now just pressing it above the head, but want to feel the positive and the negative rep. So to push the stick up, I have to strengthen here. So I sort of arch myself backwards in order to push the stick up, and I look up. And now here, I want to feel as though I have to pull it down. I can't just let it down because it wants to stay up. And for that, I want to contract the belly muscles. So here I pull the belly muscles in order to pull the stick down. And then using the back muscles to push it up. And then pulling the belly muscles. And what we're trying to do all the time is just to make that juncture where the up becomes a down or the down becomes an up, make that continuous. So there's no, I don't stop there. I actually increase the intensity. So here, I have to really, it's like I have to push it up just a little bit further just to get the down started. So here, this is the end of my up, and then I go a bit higher. And then I kick in the muscles in the belly. So I need to stretch the muscle before I can activate it properly or compress it completely. So here, I stretch the belly muscles, and then they will kick in naturally. And then here is like I stretch the back muscles, and then they will kick in. So it's just looking for that continuity in the juncture. And you have to really increase the intensity at that point to keep it smooth. So here, and then here. Yeah, so it's all tension. We're working with connectivity, keeping the thread of time spinning, not distracted. Good. And now just pulling the stick like you're trying to sort of snap it in the middle. So just pulling the two hands away from each other. Again, just relax into it, relax into the tension. So that's a very important phrase in Tai Chi. So we relax the mind and the chronic tensions of the body in order to find the correct elastic tension. And then once we've found it, we're just relaxing into it all the time because we tend to come out of it all the time. Yeah, so it's what Yeats called the widening gyre. Yeah? So the gyre is like a spiral that's sort of pulling away from the center. So like the thermal lift, yeah, that the falcon soars upon. Yeah, so our tendency is to widen as we spiral until we fly off distracted. So there's that sense to the work, but there's also the opposite. So there's also a sense that part of it is actually traveling down the spiral to try and get to the actual root, to get to the root of the matter, the heart of the matter. Okay, now pushing the stick, so pushing the hands towards each other. And again, just relaxing the shoulders into it. And just breathe, just use your breathing to ever deepen. You use your breath to travel down the gyre, down the spiral, and now pulling again. And you can sort of twist slightly to keep it going. So you're twisting the hands one way, so twisting one way and one the other. So just feel it coming from the lower back, from the spine as much as the muscles. And now pressing again, so pushing the stick in. Again, just twist it a little bit. Good. And now just lifting it up above the head with the hands as far to the ends as possible, and then just dropping it down the back. Yeah. So you should be able to just do a loop. Yeah. So up the front and down the back. So you just want those shoulders to be relaxed, to be open enough to be able to just keep the arms relatively straight. And this is something that, you get better at very quickly if you practice a little bit every day. So meditation and stretching are the two things that need to be practiced daily. Otherwise you go backwards as much as forwards. Okay, great. Okay, so let's stand up. Okay, so let's just get the correct foot placement first, because we tend to be a bit, well, I tend to be a bit careless with that. So remember, when the foot is facing forwards, it's the middle toe, the third toe, that's actually directly forward. So the big toes are slightly in. So that will help the lower back, the sacrum, just spread a little bit. And now let's just breathe. So you can do this sitting down as well. It's just, you know, we need to do something standing. So breathing out and breathing in. And just be, again, just be aware of those two movements. So the movement out and up from the spiral, and the movement down and into the center. So part of me is getting carried along by the exercise and is being thrown out into my body and my limits, if you like. So we're always looking for the limits of the body, because the mind has put up artificial ones. Yeah, so normally when you work with someone, they're limited, their movements are limited by the mind rather than their own body. So we want to just, where does, you know, what's the edge of my body? Yeah. So before my mind has said, no, this is as far as I want to go, can I go out further? Because though the limits of the body tend to be naturally elastic, whereas the limits of the mind are not. They're really hard and frightened. Yeah. So here, just letting it all go. And then, and again here, how deep can I get before it just naturally bounces back out? And how open can I get before it naturally springs back in? So it's like we're just really extending the breath. So this concept of sort of just stretching the limit is very important as we get old, because, you know, the one thing that all the old people I work with have in common is that their range is diminishing as they age. And it's also a sign of Alzheimer's setting in as well. When the person's steps start getting really quite small, Yeah, so stretching is just so important. I remember once when we were in Blakeney, and John came into my place, my room, which he didn't do very often. He must have wanted something. And I've just finished doing, I used to do like a 40-minute stretching routine every morning. And I've just finished it. And he came up to me and he says, wow, what have you done? I said, I've just finished my stretching. He says, wow. He says, it feels like you've done a whole day's Tai Chi. Yeah. So there's something about stretching that just washes you out. It's like cleanses you, it flushes you. Especially like yin yoga, you know, the soft stretching where you stay in the stretch for a long time. So you want it to make you feel washed out, depleted. So there's that concept in Tai Chi of the wash out of old strength. So you need to wash out the old strength so you're left feeling wretched and weak so that the new strength can come in. So we're never accruing strength. It's not like we add a little bit every day. We work hard until we're totally depleted and weakened. And then we rest. And then the new strength is of a different order. It's not just the old strength with a little bit added. See, the rain started. I love being shrouded in darkness. Okay. Okay, now let's just do the reverse breathing a bit. So now through the small hole, so just breathing in and then breathing out. Breathing in and out. Again, just feeling the limit naturally returning. So the more I pressurize here, the more it wants to bounce out. And then the emptier it gets, the more it wants to spring back in. Sucking the air in and then blowing it out. Okay, so now let's just alternate. So keep it small. Yeah, so you're going down the spiral. You're going towards the center. If you let yourself get distracted, then you'll come out the other way. And so we're trying to get to the dantian, to the root, to the heart of the matter. So as always, the most important thing is just to keep the mind on the job, quieten the mind, and let it sink into the activity. Language is a virus for which we have no vaccine. So the only way to deal with it is through hard work, is through meditation. So language will always take you out of your body and into the wrong mind. We want the mind that is totally off the body, body mind or heart mind, not head mind. So we're spiraling down the spine until we get to here. Yeah. So again, just heels out. Charles had a good Qigong teacher, before Qigong became the thing to be doing, in New York, Chinese guy. And he said, if you stand without your heels out, you're wasting your time. Yeah? So this has to really be encouraged to stretch open across the sacrum. And the belly pulled in and the min meng almost protruding out. The min meng is spreading its ministerial fire all over your back, but especially down into the back of the legs. Yeah. Okay, now let's just turn side to the corner. Same posture. Yeah, so everything the same as what we were doing. We just turn to the diagonal. Yep. And then just turn your body to the front. And just again, just sink. Yeah, so what will tend to happen when we turn, it tends to make the bum stick out a bit, make the lower back curve too much. So we just settle down into it. And just really relax into that outside edge of the front foot. So let's just try just a bit of this again. Yeah, so just feel how different the two sides feel now. It's like you want to twist this way to get back in the middle. So this is like it's being pulled this way. And here you have to really try to turn against that front leg, yeah? And then just turning. So you're turned 90 degrees now. And now just a little bit of just moving side to side. Yeah, so you really want to transparent legs, yeah? So I can just flow through the leg and touch the ground with my mind or my tentacle. And then the leg will naturally just send energy back, which will take the body. Yeah, so you're scooping from the ground. I'm reaching down and just taking a handful and just bringing it up into the Dan Chen. And just try and let the energy move the body. For that, you have to really delay, linger. Yeah, so you just want the feeling that you can just really just sort of get down and work the ground with your hands as well as your feet. Yeah, so just feel, we can do this with the fingers. You just want the feeling that the toes do that as well. Imagine you're in mud and you're really trying to squelch the mud between your toes, yeah, by wriggling them. You're wriggling yourself into the ground. And just feel what you need to do with your spirit to activate the fingers, to get 10 fingers rather than 2 arms. And then now just feel that all through your body. That's the fascia. So that will activate the fascia. You've just got all these sort of vibrations going. And then just taking it down. So just let the arms just take a bit of the strain from the legs. Feel the Dan Chen wanting to just suck into the ground. Just bring the feet up. And then just coming onto the toes. So the spine that's basically as vertical as you can get it. And settle in. So the longer you stay within a posture, within a still posture, the deeper you get into your own center. And then just forwards again. And then up. And then just one last time into riding horse. So just try and feel the two parts of you, the part of you that wants to come up into mind, into the world that you have created, and the part of you that just wants to stay with the dantian and with the ground and with the pain. A subterranean seriousness. Wholly absorbed into my own conduits to an inner nature or subterranean lake, the depths or bounds of which I more and more explore and know more of. So we all have a subterranean lake. We all have depths. And we just need to fathom them. That's the meaning of life, really. And everything in society, in the world, within culture, conspires to stop you plummeting those depths. So you're on your own. Okay, so let's just bring it up. Yeah, so you're toned, ready to spring into action. Yeah, so we just really have to be careful that our relaxation isn't slack, which it tends to get as you get older. It either slackens or it just becomes like a stiff tension. Okay.